Hi everyone, it's Lindenherz. I did something rather unusual for me. I bought a tarot deck, so that is not so much a unusual thing for me, as you might guess. Um, but I did it, although I wasn't sure if I really would like it. This deck wasn't on my radar at all. I had seen it a lot on videos, and I was able to appreciate the art and appreciate the amount of work that was put into this kind of art style. But I wasn't sure about it, and wasn't sure if I would be able to read with it. There were some images that were disturbing for me, and felt not I felt unsettled, and so then what happened was that from the same artist came an oracle. Was published, so to speak. And I started looking at the art again, and there were some images that really draw me in, that I really liked, and there were certain images that were really hard to take in and not think certain things about it. So I don't want to ramble any longer. You might think, well, what kind of deck could it be? Some of you might know it already. Those of you who are on Facebook know it, and maybe those people know it where I commented on the video that was about this deck or about this artist. So without further ado, bought the Nicoletta Ciccoli tarot, but I bought the mini version because I wasn't sure if I really would like it, and I thought, okay, better not spend too much money on it, and I'm buying the little one, and I just thought, okay, I might like it because it's so tiny, and I have another Los Scarabeo tiny tarot deck that is I try to remember the Dragon's Tarot, which is sorry, but this is the most. Really will use this word from Kelly Bear. It's the fuggliest deck I've ever seen. Uh, I'm a dragons person. I love dragons, but I've never seen such nasty, such ugly dragons, and there were even dinosaurs in it. So, and one card in particular was really putting me off. So I thought, okay, I'm not sure about some of Los Carabiros decks really, but I thought, okay, I want to give it a go. The sad thing about this is there is a little white book in there, but it isn't that, Los Carabiro normally hasn't that much information. But the little parts and bits that the regular sized guidebook has is quite helpful, I think. But this hasn't those information though. So I was a bit disappointed because of that. But I asked on our Facebook group. I asked if someone could possibly take pictures of the single pages of the longer guidebook. And Amber from Amber in Wonderland did it, and I'm so glad that you did it, Amber. It will help me a lot. And so let's take a look. Okay, you all know this deck, I guess, or at least some of you know, and it's the same thing. I have to do it off camera because these tag boxes by Los Carabiro are sometimes a pain in the, to open. Now we have it. And the interesting thing is the cards inside aren't shrink wrapped. This is quite gorgeous. You don't need that much kind of plastic. Oh, look at that. They're so tiny and cute. So mini. And here we have this little cutesy guidebook. Okay, if you want to call it guidebook. The camera don't want to focus on it. And don't look at my fingers because I'm in the middle of making tea and immersing my finger in loose tea and burning some of the teas as a little offering to the plant spirits, and so I'm looking a bit, yeah. Okay, look at this. This is march to the beat of your own drum. Okay, I have to compare it with the thing with the pages that Amber took pictures of, and yeah, you just have these 9 pages here, and then yeah, at least we have a little bit of German here also, but nonetheless. Most of the time they are useless, but sometimes quite okay. I know that the guidebook was written by Linnea Weatherstone. I guess she also wrote the guidebook for the Terror of Muha. I'm not quite sure. But look at this. It's quite a glossy cardstock. And you see some kind of the structure of the card when you put it like this. Backings are quite gorgeous, and I like that it has this kind of this linen finish, not linen finish, but linen color, not such a bright white color. This is something I really appreciate. So why was I attracted to this? Here's the Los Carabeo card. Why was I attracted to this deck? I watched, I guess the initial spark was lit by Veronica Jude's very long but very insightful and intriguing video on Nicoletta Ciccoli's artwork, and I was quite intrigued by Veronica's insights and what she had to say about the art, and even about the art that was a bit disturbing. Those of you who know the Ciccoli Oracle know probably which pictures I mean. Those pictures with, especially the one that was quite disturbing for me at first, was these images of little girls. Okay, now I know that these aren't girls, these are all puppets, but nonetheless girl-like figures with certain leg positions, and then some kind of either a little toy train or something like that is heading towards you know where, and or little Pinocchio with a very long nose is heading the same direction. There is another one with a rabbit, and this is a whole series. Not all of them are in the Oracle, but these pictures, these images were quite unsettling for me, and it isn't that hard to think certain things about these images. I also watched video by Maha from Maha's Treasure Box, and she brought up a whole new kind of a perspective on these images, and I really liked it because she mentioned that I'm not quite sure to whom she showed it, if it was her niece or at least a little girl, a little relative of hers, and she especially showed her these kind of disturbing images, and it was like children react sometimes to fairy tales. We as adults sometimes think you can't read such a nasty story, nasty fairy tale to a child where so much terror is happening actually, but children really look in a different way, and this was the same way this little girl looked at this image. She was totally want to say that unspoiled, and she saw totally different things, and nothing was some kind of sexualized. Couldn't be in that age, of course, but it still it was a bit it still is a bit disturbing for an adult. Another video I watched was by, I guess it was Tarot by Anya, and she also talked about this and brought up some really good points about we as adults over-sexualize certain images, and even when little kids are trying to explore their own body, we try to make them not do it because we are so caught up in this, especially Western sexualized world. Still, I think when art provokes such strong feelings like this, it's my opinion, just my opinion, and I had a talk with my boyfriend about that. I think artists should make some kind of statement about that so that you can understand it better. Maybe Nicoletta Ciccoli did that. I'm not sure. The things that I researched, there was not much to be found on the internet, at least not in German, not in English, just in Italian. And but I think you should do this kind of explanation at least. What's your thought behind a certain image? What do you want to kind of evoke? There are artists, of course, that want to evoke strong feelings and want to start a kind of controversy around their paintings or their created art. But in this world, especially where you hear so many things that were done to children, I think you should address that. You should address that. And I'm still not very comfortable with those images, to be honest. And I can appreciate some of the other images more now because it's this kind of childlike, dreamlike world with more toys than there are actually girls. So like this should be also a toy. And I can appreciate this more, and these kind of strange mixed creatures that they are sometimes are. These little girls are not really human, sometimes a mix in between. And I think I can appreciate these things more now. And I really liked Maha's as well as Anya's approach to it, and also Veronica's approach to it in terms of healing the inner child and doing this kind of inner child work. And I felt really drawn towards that. And look at this little Napoleon. I guess this is the only guy here. Male doll, you should say. And this is really, it's cool. Yeah, you can't say anything about the art, the craftsmanship, the artistry that Nicoletta Ciccoli has. It looks really, you can't see good in this, you can't see it in this kind of small images, but even in the bigger images you can't see a stroke of the brush. She blends in so well, and this is something that took a long time to achieve. This is gorgeous as the Hermit. So this is pre-existing art, as a lot of you might know. Quite often it's quite fitting here, the strength, although I'm not really a fan of these kind of more brutal strength cards, but it's okay. This should be after strength. Should be the Hanged Man. The two perspectives, two heads. And we have Snow White and the dwarves as death card. Is it death card? I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure. This is the thing that is sometimes a bit yeah. You have to look them up. Sometimes I still don't know it. No, this isn't. This is, let's see. It's death. 8 is death. Okay. Not 8. 13. Okay. Yeah, Roman numerals. Sometimes I know them, sometimes not. So, death, and this is a really wonderful representation of it, is to take Snow White for death. This kind of transformation, this transformation that she is going through from a little girl to a woman when she will be, or after she will resurrect from the dead, so to speak, when she was kissed by the prince. She is another person. So, temperance. It's really dreamlike qualities, and yeah, the devil and the tower. And another video I watched was by Wild Moon. I guess it's now Wild Moon Woman and not Wild Moon Tarot by Elise channel. And I guess this was the last initial thought or the initial move or video I had to watch to know that I would purchase this deck, because she wasn't able to read with it at first. She struggled with it and thought of moving it on or passing it on, and then she started reading it very intuitively, and as well intuitively like an oracle, and also sometimes like a tarot card. And she said she was so stunned by it, and that it's now every card reader's dream to have such a versatile deck that you can both treat like a tarot card deck and an oracle deck. So, ooh, what's that? That's the star, I guess. Yeah. The moon is really beautiful and a bit creepy with these skeleton birds looking at you. Wow. The sun is quite interesting. This is the problem sometimes with pre-existing art. You don't get so much behind the art. In this case, when you want to do that, you should, probably buy the art books. Maybe there is some more details to the cards. I'm not quite sure if it was the case with Veronica's insights to Nicoletta Ciccoli, or where she found all the information, if they were presented in the art book, I guess to some degree. But from the flip through of her art books that she had from Nicoletta, it wasn't so much. You couldn't see it clearly that there was so much information. That looked more like a plain art book or image book, so to say. I can talk, and here we have the world. Yeah, it is. It's this kind of puppety-like quality. And what I found quite interesting, once I had figured out, or once I heard that these girls are all puppets, it was quite interesting how it changed my perspective, because I thought, okay, these girls look all the same in terms of facial expression. But when you think about puppets, and to be honest, I wasn't a puppet girl. I was a bit in between a girl and a tomboy, so to speak. I loved cars, and I loved, I also loved My Little Pony and so on. But I also knew that I liked those dolls, not the few. I had quite a lot, because my mom was trying to convince me that I just had to like dolls. But the few that I really loved were those dolls that had kind of straight expression with not a neutral, let's say it like this, a neutral facial expression. And this is a perfect way for a child to project their emotion on this puppet. This puppet can be, it's like a canvas. this neutral expression is really like a canvas, and you can project your view of this puppet's emotion onto them, so to speak. And I really like that. I really like that, and this made this deck much more accessible to me. I will see how much more accessible if I will read with this. And the cups are quite beautiful. Oh no, they did it like this. Look at this. They did it like, no, this is the cups. Okay, the 5 of cups. I was a tiny bit disturbed for a moment, or confused. 5 of cups. This is really some image or picture, yeah, painting I like. Look at that. She has to face her emotions, and this creature looks like some form of maybe an inner darker self of hers that yeah, puts the mirror in front of her. We have an Alice character, the choices, the 7 of cups, 8 of cups, quite interesting. Yeah, but I can see how much effort these images are. So normally I'm not so fond of this is what we will see here. I'm not so fond of decks that have only that have clearly, I try to focus on it, that have as court cards all female. There are some decks, some goddess decks and so on, where you only have female, or I'm not sure if there are decks where you only have male. I don't think there exist in terms of court cards. Normally I'm not so fond of them, but I can live with that, I guess. So there are certainly, most certainly beautiful images. Some are quite quirky and Alice in Wonderland, or like some kind of unsettling childlike dream. This is also gorgeous as the 5 of Pentacles. Or the 6 of Pentacles. This is like what I said with the disturbing images, a little bit disturbing, but not in that way that you, not in this kind of sexual way with the, like with the oracle. Yeah, I see this is really a kind of deck that you can work with in terms of, yeah, in terms of shadow work, like what I said before, inner child work. Here we have another cards here. The Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. And the Ace. It is beautiful. It is also quite interesting, 2 of Wands. Yeah, it's most certainly, they're quite slippery. And I have to edge them, I guess. Never edged a mini deck. Look at this. This looks naughty. Some of this, the creatures, girls or puppets look a bit look very strange. Ah, here, look at this. She is so beautiful. I really like her. She's the Page of Wands. And the Knight, the Queen, and the King. Another one where you, yeah, this Knight has to be cautious. Oh, wow. This is really, really gorgeous. Kind of balancing act. Oh. Yeah. I guess yeah. Yeah. Some of the veggies here don't have a good life. Okay, this is interesting. This is, yeah, definitely a cutesy factor to some degree. Sometimes a bit disturbing, like I said, like this here is consuming here. Yeah, I guess in this deck it's maybe the most unsettling one, perhaps. But the page, the Knight of Swords, the Queen, another a little bit unsettling, yeah. And she is gorgeous, but she's a king. Yeah, so this was really my way of thinking of maybe moving behind my or beyond my comfort zone in terms of tarot decks. This doesn't mean that I will from now on collect every deck that maybe disturb me or makes me feel unsettled, but when I see that there is some hints here and there, and I see videos like the videos I saw for this deck, I guess I would give it a try at least. And yeah, if you can get a deck like this in a mini version, in a cheaper version, or maybe secondhand in a trade or something, it's the best way to see if you can really move beyond your comfort zone and work with a certain deck. In terms of size, I don't have a Low Scarabeo deck at the moment here. No, I can only get it with the Green Witches Tarot Llewellyn deck. So this is the size. I will see if how I will work with this deck. If I will, if I will keep it, I guess I will keep it. Or if I probably will get the bigger one too, because I saw Veronica in a video. She had quite a few of those decks, I guess, and she trimmed one completely down, which was really beautiful, and it shouldn't be that much of a problem, to be honest. But I don't want to make them even tinier, so they were super slim then, and maybe even more stressful to shuffle. So cardstock is good. It's glossy, but it's a bit slippery, like I said, but it's okay. And I guess I will see if I get a linen finish for the sides. So I will edge this. Yeah, this doesn't look really good. This blank white and then this cream-like white against it. So I will get something, I don't know, maybe a pen or maybe an ink pad. I will see. Maybe I can see if I have something already here. No, I don't think so. Yeah, so that was my thought on the Nicoletta Ciccoli Tarot. And I will let you know how good working with this deck will be for me. So I guess I will do another video and will inform you how I use this deck. But yeah, this was a total surprise. I never would have thought that this deck would end on my wish list. Or should I say, would end at all in my, in my basket of Amazon. This was really something I was quite surprised by, but I researched a lot on this when I first felt that there could be some kind of resonance between me and this deck. So I wish you a wonderful day or peaceful night, and we will see us very soon. Many blessings. Bye.